Gaffer, a really hard-earned point here in Wrexham. What was your assessment of the game?
Yeah, it was hard-earned point. I really liked us in the first half. I thought we were good. Got control of the game. I mean, they scored another very good individual goal. But that was the only real sort of moment that they had. I thought we kept them away from our box, had good control, good movement, some good sequences of passes. We were attacking the back line, we got to good areas, scored from a set piece, and I just liked the look of us pressing well. And we were right on the front foot. And then second half we tried and we huffed and puffed to do the same, but we just didn't have quite the same level of control or quality that we did in the first half. And then away from home, that sort of last 10 minutes they're pushing with set pieces and long balls, and we had to defend the box. So mixed emotions, but in the end I think it's a positive point for us.
Yeah, you mentioned it being a positive point. Is that one that you could look back on come May and say it was a really valuable result for us tonight?
Absolutely, I think you do. You take a step back, and we want to win every game. That's our ambition, and it should be like that for us. That's the type of team I want us to be. But you do have to take a step back and say, and over a long season, we're not going to win every game. And if you're going to take a point, and it can be at a team that's up and around you in the league, then it's the best place to do it.
Fall behind early on. It's a fantastic individual effort. The shouts of a free kick on Taylor Gardner-Hickman in the build-up. Do you have a view on it?
I do. It was a foul, it was a penalty in the first half, a handball. I mean, I'm biased, but I think of so many games I just look at and think we don't get the lion's share of the decisions. Again, it was the same tonight, but that's what it is. We have to just deal with that. But yeah, I think on another day that's a foul. Ref will make a quick decision and you move on. But he did have a lot to do still, and he bent it in well from that area. But I liked our response. Like in the first game, there was no panic, there was no sort of people losing their heads. It was calm. It's football. The opposition can score. Stay calm, keep playing, and we'll work our way back into the game.
Yeah, and crucially, you did within 10 minutes. And you spoke in that mid-season review just to say if there's one area you'd probably like to see improvements from, it's potentially scoring more from attacking set plays. You've got one again tonight.
Definitely, I think we have slowly looked better from set pieces. Lyndon, obviously one of the decisions to play Lyndon in that 10 role today was because he's good at linking the play, he's diligent defensively, but he gives you that physicality in set pieces, both boxes, and obviously proved decisive today because he got a well worked goal, because it was a routine that we've been working on in training, well executed by Mark and Lyndon, and a really good header down into the goal.
I know you like the look of us in the first half. What would you like to have seen more of in the second?
I think we were attacking the back line really well in the first half. Scott was making lots of runs in behind. Jay had a few, but a few from Alfie and Lyndon, and the ball was bouncing around their back line, and we were up there attacking them, and Lyndon had a great volley shot from one of these situations. And I think so we had good control, and we were circulating the ball well, but I wanted a little bit more movement and to try to make those passes in behind a little bit quicker, because I felt if we put them under pressure, then we would create more chaos, create more goal-scoring situations for ourselves, and didn't quite do that. I think we had reasonable passages of play, and without hurting them as much as we were looking like we were doing in the first half.
And yet we've still had half chances, certainly on the transition. I think Kessie Anderson's galloped clear, Ethan Laird has gone down that right-hand side. I think Alfie Mays had a swing and couldn't make contact. There's points you can look to and say, on another day, you may have converted one of those.
Definitely. I mean, Taylor Gardner-Hickman had a good effort, right at the end, but there was one that Kessie flashed across goal. I'm not sure who's that's gone between, but you think Alfie and Jay in there, that could be a goal. There was 4 or 5 moments in the second half that we didn't quite have that final moment that we needed. But at the other end of the pitch, the defenders, the goalkeeper did their job to defend our box when they needed to.
Yeah. Again, we're pointing to some gallant efforts back there just to put bodies in the way of potential goals, and it's 15 games now unbeaten. What does that speak to about the group of players you've got in there?
Yeah, I mean it's a great run. You're not going to be able to win every game. It's important that you don't lose when that happens, and to go 15 games unbeaten is full credit to the players, because it takes a lot of effort. We're playing a game every 4 days. No game's easy. We've had some tough fixtures and different conditions, all different styles of play, and they've coped with it well. To be fair, and I think when it comes to fighting and doing that side of the game, we've been, as I said to the players, you've been asked many questions this season, and every time you've come up with the answer, which is we're going to stand up to the challenge. So we can take a lot of positives from that aspect.
Does that come to, again, the personalities that you've recruited in the summer, the ethos that you've got, that spirit in the dressing room? They all fight for each other. It looks like there's a great camaraderie in there.
Yeah, there is. There's a good spirit. They all get on well. There's a good, and it's not just about getting on well. It's about being ready to compete together and fight together, and they do that. So I've got. One thing that I'm sure on is the spirit, the determination, the work ethic and the fight we've got that. We've got a great chance because we've got good players. So we just need to keep building on that.
And then a chance again to go on the road against another promotion contender in Huddersfield on Tuesday night, and it's a test you'll relish.
It will, yeah. I mean, not too dissimilar, so in style of play to Wrexham, but another team that's in great form. They've had a great run in the last 2 or 3 months. Another tough place to go. We know that. So we've got time to recover now. Start focusing on that game. What we need to do to go and get a result.
Thank you, Gaffer.
Thank you.